I thought it would be a good idea to share with you guys some of the tips that I've had or that I've used for playing Call of Duty for 5 and a bit years now. So I've been playing Call of Duty online for about 5 years, since about Black Ops 1, obviously 2010. So it might even be coming up to 6 years now. I can't quite remember when I properly started playing, but I've come across a few tips and decided to help you guys. But in this episode I'm going to be talking about, obviously, Advanced Warfare, and I might make it a series. Guys, comment down below if you want it to be a series, but I'm just going to show a few tips that I use. So step number 1, guys, if you want to get good at Call of Duty, play Domination, because if you play TDM, then you often just don't get matched up against the very good players. Domination is for the players who want to go on long streaks, who want to use their streaks, therefore it's often the players who just, you know, get their streaks and do well. Whereas sometimes TDM you can get bad players, but often you can get players who are going for, you know, the flawless TDM gameplay or the 30 and 3 so they can upload it to YouTube or something like that. But Domination lasts longer and actually gives you more of a chance to do a lot better. And I would also add on to that, guys, to not play Ground War, because you won't like the connection in Ground War. But let's talk about this game, guys. You've obviously got loads of the XO movements, the double jump, boost dash to the right, left, sliding, slam down. You've got loads of these movements, obviously the punch as well. There's no more there's no more lunging with the knife, so only use the movement, guys, when you have to, because in this game you've got really good perks for perk 3. Perk 1 you have to use low profile, but I'll talk about that in a minute. You've got loads of perks for perk 3, and what I tend to use is toughness and scavenger, but if I'm playing search and destroy, I'll put it on blast suppressor so that you're invisible and you don't make a lot of noise. But for domination and so on, just go with toughness scavenger. If you don't use toughness already, guys, it really helps that you can win gunfights. You don't flinch a lot when being shot. You can win gunfights. I never used to use it, but since about Black Ops, the beginning, midway through Black Ops 2, I started using scavenger and I can't go back. I noticed whenever I play gun game, and obviously you don't have scavenger, it's a lot harder. You flinch a lot without scavenger, without toughness when you're shot, sorry, and it's really annoying. If you want to go on streaks, guys, you have to use scavenger, remember that. Even if you're using the IMR, even though it reprints ammo, still use scavenger. The only gun in this game you don't need to use scavenger for would be the EM1. I mean, that is it. So I know hardline, I always used to run it for streaks, but you've got toughness, scavenger, hardline, and hardwired, I believe. I think that's also in perk 3, so it's really overpowered perks, and to be honest, I'd want to use every single one of those. But on all of my classes, I've run toughness and scavenger, except for my search and destroy class that I use blast suppressor for, just so you can run around without being seen, use your exo abilities and so on. Another thing, guys, don't use the exo abilities unless you're trying to play like really OP in S&D, or if you're trying to be like a pro. In S&D, I'd probably recommend just using what's it called, the invisibility cloak. I can't remember what it's called. Not shield. Never use shield, guys. Never use the ability for shield. But I'd recommend doing that. So that's some of the things. So I'm going to talk about the actual gameplay, not the perks, not the guns, but I'm going to talk about the actual gameplay, how you can make yourself better just by playing the game. So the first thing I'll say is, it's probably the most important, is that you don't want to go down the middle of the map. Use the sides of the map. So in Call of Duty you normally have a 3-way map system. You have the left, the middle, and the right. You guys want to be sticking to the left and the right hand sides. And what that does is it basically if you go down the left and right hand side, you don't get as much traffic as you do down the middle of the map. So on this map, for example, Riot, you have people who camp by the B domination flag, and the reason why I tell you guys play domination is because you get to know the spawns very well. Team deathmatch spawns are very different. Forget search and destroy, you don't have spawns as such on there, and you can't obviously spawn and trap on search and destroy unless you're spawn trapping a poor AFK person. But what's he doing playing the game? But on domination, you can get your aim on, you can play game mode, you can get multiple kills, and many more things as well. One more things, guys, if you go on for the first time, you know full well it takes a while to get your aim on. What does getting your aim on mean? Basically, you can aim a lot better, therefore you'll get more kills. In this game, obviously, before you start a game, you've just made a new class, try it out on the firing range, or if it's not a brand new class, just get your aim on in the firing range, even play a private match for a few minutes before, just something like that, just to help you get your aim on in general, which will make you perform better in the game. Another thing I would say, guys, don't use grenades or abilities in online games unless it's for search and destroy, because that just takes up a perk slot. If you can have 3 perks for a weapon, use them all. What I always go for is I use grip on every single weapon, whether it's an AK-12 or whether it's obviously you can't use it on the sniper, but you get my point. Even if it's a weapon with no recoil, I will always use grip. Now this is going to be quite controversial now. I'm not a fan of stock. Many people say to me, why don't you use stock, why don't you use stock? Because in my opinion, stock, it puts your aim off. Like, yes, you can walk around corners quicker and so on, you can ADS aim down sights a lot quicker, and you can just stay ADS to move around quicker, but to me that's not really useful, because when you just aim in quickly and you're standing still and you're trying to shoot someone at long range, that will put your aim off. So if you have quite bad aim, don't use ADS, but if you have very good aim, or sorry, if you have quite bad aim, don't use stock. But if you have quite a good aim, then you can, but it just wastes a slot for me. What I always tend to do is I always use grip. I normally use extended mags. Obviously on my speakeasy class it comes with 67 bullets, it comes with extended mags. I would always say use extended mags. This HBR A3 average Joe, I really want the Insanity, but I'm using this at the moment. Extended mags, Battle Obsidian Steed, extended mags, AK-12 extended mags, ARX even, extended mags still. I will use extended mags on pretty much every single weapon, because it's so useful. I mean, the speakeasy, many people don't like the speakeasy, but those 67 bullets help, the fire rate helps. People say that the damage on the speakeasy isn't enough, but the fact is you can keep on shooting, and it might take an extra bullet to kill, but the way that that extra bullet is delivered, it makes it the best ASM one in the game. Better than the magnitude that you just unlock that randomly, like when you've got a certain amount of kills or headshots, whatever. Better than the Strider. That for me is what makes it so good. This average Joe, for example, phone's going off, man. This average Joe, for example, has better damage. I can't quite remember all the stats, but still, extended mags on it. Even the ARX with extended mags, you can kill, I don't know, I think you can kill about 15 or 14 people using one clip of ammo if you use extended mags. I mean, how good is that? Even if I use 3 bullets, I will still reload. That's another tip, guys. If you shoot somebody, say you've got 45 bullets with this gun, now I've got 37, I didn't reload because I knew that there was a guy there, but I bet you I will now reload. There you go, I just reloaded. Had no idea I was going to do that, but I just know the way I play. If you shoot 1 bullet, I would still reload. If you shoot 3 bullets, I would reload. Don't wait until it says on the gun reload, until it comes up in red writing reload, because then it's too late. If there are 3 people in front of you, you won't even be able to probably kill one of them. It's just too late. Another thing, guys, for domination, well, for game modes, try playing in a party as well. Even if you don't like the game, that will help you. Then I'm going to talk about exo abilities. Don't try to ever do the boost slam or something like that, or go for trick shots, because the boost slam just gets you hit markers. It won't work too well. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I've got more and more tips to talk about on how to get better at Call of Duty. I want to make it a series. Just comment down below if you want to see more of it. I might cover Black Ops 2, but in this game there's so much to talk about. I've run out of time for this video. There are more things I want to talk about. I want to talk about snipers and shotguns, for example, and LMGs, and ways that you can just improve your KD as well. So I hope to see you guys over on my next video.